Are you feeling that familiar knot of anxiety, Canadiens fans, as another summer day ticks by without the news we're all desperately waiting for? The whispers have grown louder, the questions more urgent. What in the world is really going on with Lane Hutson's contract? It's a question that's been buzzing around the Bell Center faithful, a collective holding of breath for the phenom who has captured our hearts and imaginations. Today, we're cutting through the noise, pulling back the curtain on the intricate dance between one of hockey's most electrifying young talents and the storied franchise he's destined to lead. Since July 1st, the hockey world has been on high alert, anticipating the moment Lane Hutson would officially ink his name to a long-term deal with the Montreal Canadiens. Yet here we stand, with the calendar pages turning, and the dynamic defenseman remains without an extension. He still has the final year of his entry-level contract to play out, set to expire on July 1st, 2026. While there's no immediate crisis, the delay has certainly fueled speculation and a healthy dose of fan concern. But what if I told you that this isn't a sign of trouble, but rather a fascinating high-stakes game of chess influenced by seismic shifts in the NHL's economic landscape? The biggest game changer in these negotiations, and indeed across the entire league, is the impending surge in the NHL salary cap. We're not talking about a modest bump of $1 million or $2 million, we're staring down a monumental $9 million increase per year. That's a staggering 9% leap in the salary cap, a financial tidal wave that's reshaping how teams and players approach long-term commitments. For a player like Lane Hutson, or any NHL star for that matter, signing an 8-year deal right now is a venture fraught with financial risk. Why? Because in a rapidly escalating market, what looks like a lucrative deal today could be significantly undervalued just a few years down the line. Imagine giving up millions in potential earnings over the life of a contract simply because you locked in too early. This isn't just about players becoming millionaires. It's about maximizing a short, high-risk career window. As one insider put it, a defenseman earning $8 million 5 years ago was considered a top-pair player. Today, that's high-end second-pair money, and within 3 years, it could be standard second-pair compensation. We saw Ivan Provorov sign for $8.5 million this summer, and that deal will likely look like a bargain very soon. This dynamic has agents rethinking the traditional 8-year maximum term. Why commit to a long-term deal when the market is poised to explode, potentially leaving money on the table? This is precisely the strategic dilemma Lane Hutson's camp is navigating, and it's why the RFA market across the league is currently in a fascinating state of flux, with everyone waiting to see who blinks first. Despite the external buzz and the lack of a signed deal, the word from inside sources is overwhelmingly positive. The conversations between Hutson's representatives and the Canadiens' front office are constant, amicable, and productive. There's no strong-arming, no animosity, just a smooth back-and-forth exchange of ideas. Multiple scenarios are on the table, and both sides are taking their time, observing how other RFA negotiations play out across the league before committing to a definitive path. This measured approach is a stark contrast to the dramatic headlines some might expect, underscoring a mutual respect and a shared vision for the future. The lack of news, in this case, is not a void of communication, but rather a deliberate strategic pause in a rapidly evolving market. Many fans and analysts have pointed to Noah Dobson's recent contract as a potential blueprint for Hutson's deal, suggesting a framework is already in place. However, this comparison, while seemingly logical on the surface, misses a critical nuance in NHL contract mechanics. While both are highly touted young defensemen, their respective restricted free agent (RFA) statuses are vastly different, fundamentally altering their negotiation leverage. Dobson, at the time of his deal, had only 1 year of RFA eligibility remaining before he could become an unrestricted free agent (UFA), giving him significant power to walk to arbitration or even hit the open market. Lane Hutson, on the other hand, will still have 5 years of RFA eligibility remaining after his current contract expires. But here's the kicker, the crucial detail that changes everything. Lane Hutson is what's known as a 10.2C RFA. In layman's terms, This means he did not play the minimum of 10 professional games in his first year. He only played 2. This seemingly minor detail has major implications. It makes him ineligible for offer sheets next summer and, critically, ineligible for arbitration. This strips away significant leverage that other RFAs like Dobson possess. Hutson's camp can only negotiate with the Canadiens, removing the external pressures of competing offers or arbitration rulings. His leverage, therefore, rests almost entirely on his phenomenal on-ice play, which, while undeniable, doesn't translate into the same contractual bargaining power as a player with arbitration or offer sheet rights. Yet, despite this technical disadvantage, there's a powerful Montreal factor at play that could still lead to a long-term, team-friendly deal. Lane Hutson is, by all accounts, utterly obsessed with Montreal. He loves the city, he loves the fans, and he's captivated by the passionate hockey culture. He once described hearing his name called at the Bell Center on draft day as the highlight of his career, a moment that felt like scoring a goal. When asked about his long-term future, his answer was immediate and filled with a genuine smile. "We've got something special here, and I want to see it through." This sentiment isn't unique to Hutson, it's a growing part of the Canadiens' new culture. Players like Cole Caulfield and Uri Slafkovsky and even Nick Suzuki have reportedly taken slightly less than their market value, driven by a desire to be part of what's being built and a deep respect for the team's captain. The contract signed by Caden Gull, a mere $5.5 million for potential top-pair defensemen, is already being hailed by NHL executives as one of the biggest steals in the league. This cultural shift, where players genuinely want to be here, could be a significant advantage for the Canadiens in securing Hutson's future. It also shatters the old notion that no player can earn more than Nick Suzuki. With the cap rising, market values are changing dramatically. So, when will this highly anticipated deal get done? Both sides share a clear desire to finalize a contract sooner rather than later. While there's no immediate rush given Hutson's RFA status, it's highly unlikely this will drag into November. The Canadiens want their star defenseman locked in, and Hutson, a self-proclaimed rink junkie who lives and breathes hockey, would undoubtedly prefer the security and focus that comes with a long-term commitment. The core questions now revolve around the precise term and salary, navigating the complexities of a market that's in the midst of a significant reset. While an 8-year, $9 million AV deal seems like a comfortable consensus for many, the evolving landscape means that even a slight shift in term or a fraction of $1 million could be a strategic play for both sides. Ultimately, the Lane Hutson contract saga isn't a crisis, but rather a fascinating microcosm of the modern NHL. It's a story of immense talent meeting a shifting economic landscape where player leverage, team culture, and the sheer desire to be part of something special all collide. What's truly happening is a thoughtful, strategic negotiation, unmarred by animosity, aimed at securing a cornerstone of the Canadiens' future. When the ink finally dries, it won't just be a contract. It will be a testament to the mutual commitment between a generational talent and a franchise poised for a thrilling new era. What are your thoughts on Lane Hutson's contract situation? Do you think the Canadiens will lock him up long-term before opening night? Let us know in the comments below. And if you found this deep dive insightful, please hit that like button to show your support. We love hearing from you, our loyal fans, as we continue to bring you the most in-depth analysis of your favorite team.